everyone. Welcome to Freedom Homestead. I'm Tangy.
I'm Jack.
And we're live.
Yes. Welcome. Monday night. It is our live chat.
It is.
So glad to join you tonight.
It is where we chat with you all live.
And
we're so excited to be here.
She's really excited because
what?
Things finally became reality in this week, which she will talk about in just a moment. That's a teaser.
It's there's a funny voice clip that people are using on Reels and TikToks, and it says, "Prepare to be sick of me." That's how I feel that y'all are gonna be feeling about me. Prepare to be sick of me.
Because that's all you're gonna be. Well, because that's all you want to talk about, or that's what's on your mind.
That's what I'm going to talk about. It's what I'm going to be posting pictures about.
Hey,
it's
Tim Beverly.
Filming about.
Hello to our awesome moderators.
It's what I'm going to be writing about. It's what I'm going to be dreaming about.
Here, scoot over a little bit. There you go. All right.
How's everybody doing? Glad to see all y'all here.
Mennonite Farmhouse.
What's
Katie,
up,
Amanda.
Hi, Miss Katie.
Bex, 1959.
What's up, Bex?
Skinner Farms.
Skinner Farms.
I'm trying to see who is a Skinner Farms.
Anna's here.
Yeah, Mary, Sheila.
My friend Anna just had a birthday.
Jim.
Hi, Jim.
All the Things Acres.
Hi, all the things. And there's Kettle Kitchen. Hi, Tony.
Hello, Kathy. Boston Rocks, 76.
Boston Rocks. Sweet floor, thank you. We do like this floor. My only complaint, and it's not even really a complaint, but it kind of sort of is, because it's a little on the negative side.
Because it's hard to see dirt.
It shows dirt,
well,
like super easy.
I was going to say that when it gets dirty, it's hard to tell if there's something on the floor.
No. It shows all the dirt. But it's beautiful. I love it.
It's worth it.
It's very
We're very happy
sturdy.
With it. Very happy with it.
I would not
blessed.
I would not have this floor. I just wasn't. I guess because we only have the floor in our bedrooms, and like we don't track dirt into our bedrooms, but we live very hard in the rest of the house.
We just have to be more we just have to be more aware of taking care of what we have now.
Well, we live hard in our house. We always have. And that's why I love having laminate flooring, is because it does clean so easily.
Yeah, but the problem is we have two dogs too.
Well, we have dogs. We homestead. We're in and out all the time. We bring in the mud. We bring in the funk.
And we're still trying to get grass growing in the backyard, so
yes,
we're still walking in and out from dirt.
James, you know what? We have a mudroom, but it's not supposed to be a mudroom. The mudroom is technically our sunroom. We have a laundry room, but we can't.
We have a laundry room that has a door that goes outside.
Yes, but the door doesn't work very well.
Yeah, the door is still the old door from when the house broke. And if you're new to our channel, just scroll back to see what happened a year ago. This month.
It's Marky
and we've been fixing our house, but that door is still not the best door to use.
Yes.
I'll put it that way.
Marky Mark. Are you Marky from Mulberry Farm?
Yeah, that's
Mulberry Branch. Okay, I couldn't remember. I didn't want to say that it was. Okay.
I'm pretty sure, because he's the only Marky Mark we know that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see. Our mudroom seems to be a catch-all. Yes. Most people who I know that have mudrooms, that's the case.
A screened-in porch can count as a mudroom. Yeah. And this bonus room that we're finishing up will sort of be our mudroom, but we really don't want it to be a mudroom where we get it filthy all the time.
Yeah, Arlene says maybe have clean shoes where you come in and just change shoes, like slip-on shoes. I normally kick my shoes off. I hate wearing shoes, but he has to wear shoes. He has
plantar fasciitis.
yes, yeah, and he doesn't like not wearing shoes. He always wears shoes.
Yeah, I have high arches, and so that basically I don't need to go barefoot.
Yeah.
Doctor's orders, and I'm fine with that. So, and my voice, I might feel like I sound different tonight. It's because I do. I have a sinus infection. It's all in my head. It's in my chest. So,
It's in your head.
if I have a coughing fit or my voice kind of comes and goes, that's the reason why.
You'll just have to excuse yourself.
So I'm dealing with that right now.
Yeah.
All stopped up.
All fun stuff.
So it's gardening time. And I said, it's gardening time. Join our discussion tonight.
Oh, I didn't even notice you put it in the thing.
She don't notice, but I know that that's what we're mainly going to be talking about tonight is what we've got done so far in our garden, why we're doing it, and kind of some of the things we are going to try this year.
We have Miss Carrie from Campbellsville, Kentucky. You are
Well,
a
hello.
stone's throw from us.
Hey, yeah, a little bit.
Well, I mean, when I say a stone's throw, I mean if you had a really good arm throw. But anyway, not too far. Let's see. Boston says I'm barefoot even though I am at work. See, that would so be me. So be me.
Thank you for the prayers, homesteading with a purpose.
Okay, so earthing and grounding is still good, and yes, caught the zombie reference. I have to ask, what decade did you grow up? And are you? I was born in 1980, but you know,
You
was
referenced
reared
the
in the
zombies a while
90s.
ago?
Yeah, you said it's in your head, and I said in your head.
Oh, yeah. See.
Yeah. Okay.
No.
Yeah.
I would not have known that.
There's Ashley. Hey, Ashley. Okay. So, are y'all going to the Kentucky meetup? Yes, we are. Well, we're planning to. I hate to say yes for sure, but we are planning to. We are making every
Oh, yeah.
plan on being
That's
at
in
the
September?
Kentucky. Yes. In September.
I need to make sure
82.
we ask off for work.
So I only have 2. I thought you already did. I'm only 2 years older than you. So, yeah. Okay, what is on your shirts? Mine says The Good Life. This is a Farm Life Outfitter shirt.
Mm-hmm.
And he's wearing one of our shirts.
This is one of our old Freedom Homestead shirts. I eat local because I can, and it's got our logo on the mason jar there. This is an old one.
Mm-hmm.
I think we did get some newer ones printed a while back that had a bigger logo, easier to read. But
Yeah.
anyway,
We won't have to book a room because we live close enough that we can.
yeah,
it's
we'll
just a day trip for us.
It's about a two hour drive, maybe 2.5 for us.
Yeah.
Were you trying to look it up?
Nope. I'm sending Kimberly a message.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Is that Kimberly from?
Kimberly Blake. She has a blog called
I know that name.
Scratch Made Confessions. It's who we got our tomato plants from.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
I met her and her husband at the Dollar General Market, and we did a switch off.
There's Diana at Justice Acres.
Hi, Miss Diana. Tony says,
Wicked
heads up.
awesome gardening. I know that's from
No.
somebody. Yeah.
Okay.
Like totally Bostonian. Yeah. Must do all those things.
Okay. Yeah, I was gonna ask about the Boston thing too, because the wicked awesome.
Oh, as soon as I saw Wicked Awesome.
Yeah, that's awesome. Okay, so all right. So what am I so excited about? What am I so excited about?
Go for it.
Anybody else notice this beautiful farmer's tan I'm sporting? I love it. I've been in the garden all glorious week. Well, except for when I'm sleeping or working or cooking or cleaning.
The weather has finally cooperated. We've been getting a lot of rain. It's been, it's just been muddy constantly, and it finally started drying out last week, and then this week it's been perfect for getting everything planted.
Yes.
So
It has been wonderful. And let me tell you something, there is nothing more motivating to plant all the things than to be in the garden listening to fellow homesteaders and fellow gardeners just talking about the times that we're living in, shortages, and just being even more motivated to grow as much as possible. So let me tell you, for a little while I was listening to Texas Dad from the Texas Boys, and listening. They did it live on Saturday night, but I was listening to it later. And I mean, I was planting corn. I think I've planted about 288 seeds of corn. So I'm hoping and praying that they all germinate. So that way that'll give us some to can, some to freeze. I planted every single green bean, bush bean plant seed. What did I just say? Seed that I have. I planted all of them, 450 plants. And then I did a 15-foot row of cucumbers. I've got 8 or 9 squash plants, which y'all know that's a lot. I'm going to be using my zucchini like how Rachel does at 1870s Homestead to bulk up a lot of things. Also planning on doing like mock pineapple.
How does she do that?
She just puts it in everything. She puts it in salsa, she puts it in spaghetti sauce, and it just makes it go farther. Plus it gives you extra vitamins and minerals and fiber and everything. So anyway, so yeah, my goal is to absolutely plant and harvest enough to get us through a year. So if we don't have to buy vegetables and all of our grocery money can go to dry goods to, again, bulk up that food storage. Our freezer is still full of beef because we have our cow. We've got more chickens coming, so Lord willing, we will have meat chickens. We're not doing Cornish cross. We have Buff Orpington and Brahmas coming, and those are good dual-purpose birds.
Yeah.
So
the dark purple corn. It was beautiful, but not that tasty. The dark purple.
Huh? Interesting. Yeah, I grew. We grew glass gem corn several years ago.
Can I come work in your garden? My garden's resting this year.
Who said that?
Molly Smith.
Oh, Molly. Yes, absolutely.
Man, we would welcome any help that people want to come work in our garden. I mean, who wouldn't offer help? You know. Who wouldn't turn down when help is offered?
Let's see. Rebel canning. I do some rebel canning. Some things I feel more comfortable.
So what's rebel canning?
Rebel canning means canning against the rules.
Oh.
Thus the rebel part. So if you aren't familiar with canning or you're not sure what that means, so the
USDA.
National Preservation something or other. They have a set of safety guidelines that is recommended to follow to lessen the chance of contamination or your food going bad and people getting sick. So when you research the guidelines, a lot of it makes sense, and so it's good to follow those guidelines, but some of them it's like, I feel okay with maybe not doing it that way. So you just do your own research and you decide what you are most comfortable with. But yeah, I do some rebel canning, but not a ton, I don't guess.
Midnight farm. I'm raising my hand. No.
To come help.
Yeah. If you're letting your garden rest, there's lots of people that will say, "Come help." So our garden this year, you stepped it off, and how big is it?
It is
what we've tilled up.
36 by 36.
Okay.
It was about
feet.
It was about 35, but I went around it again and added just a little bit more extra space. But I mean, when you add 35 feet, 35 feet, 35 feet, 35 feet, it adds to your square footage.
And then we lost some raised beds from the previous years, basically because they rotted. And also one was damaged when our house fell, believe it or not.
Oh, yeah.
One of our raised beds was damaged when our house
from equipment
broke. Yeah, from equipment, excavating and stuff. So where some of the raised beds did sit, I mean, we took out the wood and cleaned it out, but where it was, the ground there is really rich. So you tilled it up.
Yep.
And you're going to use it.
Yes.
Basically, it's an in-ground garden because we don't have the raised beds, but you're using that same space,
Yes.
that same spot.
Yes. And depending on how my starts do and what other plants I can acquire for the garden, I may even till up the other side where the other beds were. And what I do is I have some wood chips going down, some cardboard and wood chips. So that way it's still nice, it's still pretty, but it's also practical because those wood chips, give you a dry place to walk whenever it rains.
Yeah.
And, but yeah, we're just grow as much as you can. Oh, another person that I listen to, it's Grow Family Network, I think is the name of their channel. If you guys are not following them, super awesome family. They do a lot of gardening. Yes, Grow Family Network. And the video that I watched that I highly recommend, it's 30 minutes. He did a live stream and he's like out there in the greenhouse watering plants. It says, "Are you ready for what might be coming?" And he's just laying down common sense, like practical common sense. And, I think for a lot of people who are outside of our community, they might look at us as crazy or conspiracy theorists,
Grammy Karen.
or, that maybe we're extreme or whatever. But I saw a saying, and I told this to my mom because my mom is, she likes her conspiracy theories. I said, you know what the difference between a conspiracy theory and reality is? About 6 months.
I've heard that before.
And these days, that is so true.
A good comment from James: never use railroad ties for a garden because creosote, that's what they treat that stuff with, so those railroad ties don't rot. That's toxic. It's oil. It's oil-based toxin. That will soak into the soil and into the ground and into whatever you're planting. So be careful. It's best to use untreated wood. I know a lot of people that use treated wood, but it's just for the sides of the beds. But that's up to you. If a lot of people would not do that, but some people feel comfortable doing that. But definitely don't use railroad ties. I have seen people use cinder blocks, concrete blocks. A lot of raised beds now people are doing with concrete blocks or brick, but some are doing metal now. They're finding old scrap metal, sheet metal, and they're just bending it around and framing it up.
Yep.
And I see a lot of people doing that with raised beds. That's probably going to last a lot longer than untreated wood. The metal's going to last longer. The untreated wood touching the ground with all that soil in it is going to cause it to rot quicker, especially if it stays moist and wet a lot.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm just all stopped up. Kind of.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
I'm trying to get the words out, but anyway. And then somebody said, do we till every year? And in our location for we did not have a garden last year. So it's been 2 years since we've had a garden, so we definitely had to till it up. It had not been covered. We did put the chicken coop out there for how many months?
Well, for the whole winter.
Maybe about 6-7 months.
I don't think it was that long. Maybe 4 months.
4? Okay.
Yeah.
I thought it was longer, but anyway, they did work the ground pretty good in that area. And then we were able to move the chicken coop out of that area and then hit it with the tiller. But we have really rocky, we have a lot of red clay, we have a lot of iron in our soil. So we need to till and we need to work that ground up. What?
All Things Acre says that they're using 100 grow bags.
Oh, wow. That is a wow.
Yeah. Another family that's doing something I've never seen before, talking about grow bags, is the Texas Boys. If you guys follow them, Texas Mom, She has kind of created a garden that is with a sort of like not really a self-watering system, but she's made grow bags out of landscaping fabric and then has set them down in totes and then has drilled holes around the sides. So that way they just fill and then like if it rains, it'll just hold that water, but the holes will allow it to drain so it doesn't get too full and the plants don't get waterlogged.
So, hello from
really
Puerto Rico.
interesting.
We got somebody watching us from Puerto Rico.
What's up?
Jack, does the metal get hot?
It's Jennifer. Hey,
if
Jennifer.
you use metal for the raised beds, I've never used it. I've just said I've seen people doing it. So maybe it's some people on here, maybe somebody has done that. But that is an interesting question. You know, would that metal get super hot?
Yeah.
And would that affect?
I think it would just dry your dirt out faster, maybe, but just around the sides.
Of course, the inside is going to be, you know, full of.
I guess it would also depend on the top.
Full of your soil and compost and stuff.
Yeah.
It would be the outside that might be exposed to the sun.
I would find it hard to believe that it would get hot enough that it would like cook the roots.
Boston Rock says no, the metal does not get hot. Thank you for answering that question. I knew somebody here would have one and know.
Let's see, Kathy says, my metal beds are only a foot deep, so it hasn't been an issue with the metal getting too hot.
Okay.
There you go.
There's
I saw a
another
video
scene.
where someone temperature tested his wood beds versus the metal beds, and the soil was basically the same temps.
Okay.
Very good.
So it sounds like you would be good to go with the metal, and it wouldn't affect the temperature much at all.
Yeah. So
See, that's why I love these discussions. I've learned something tonight.
Yep. Very cool.
Manhattan. Stock tanks. Yeah. I know people that use stock tanks. We actually have a stock tank now. I picked up off
Well,
of...
it's rubber though. It's not a.
Yeah.
It's not metal.
It's not rubber. It's plastic. I think. Yeah. Yeah, I picked one up on Facebook Marketplace. I didn't pick it up for a garden bed. I picked it up for other things.
Yeah.
I'm going to use it. It'll be great for our chicks when we get our chicks, baby chicks. It'll be awesome to give our dogs a bath outside instead of having to bring them in here.
Yeah.
So yeah, that can be used for lots of different things.
Somebody said, Leanne said, what about using tractor tires for raised beds? Okay, see, we have a tire that we use for our herb garden, which I'm currently using to grow garlic. But, you know, again, a lot of people are like, oh, you shouldn't use it because it could heat up and then something or other would leach into the soil. You know, I think just do the best you can with what you got. I think tires are fine. I mean, it's probably not the best thing, but really, I mean, it's like if you use any kind of material, someone is going to say something about it and say, oh, don't use that because of this purpose.
We got people saying that our tank we got would be good for goats.
Oh, yeah, would.
Yeah, they're trying to bring that up again.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
They are pro-goat. Hey,
yeah,
listen.
but I'm with her. I'm okay with using a tractor tire for a raised bed. In fact, we have one, and I'm perfectly okay with that. If you're okay with that, then go for it.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like we are at a time now where anything that you can find and use to garden in, just
go
for it. Just do it. Just do it. And honestly, would it not be better than what you're buying at the grocery store anyway?
Well, that's what I was thinking. You know, tires last forever. And what little possibility that something might get into the soil around the tire is going to be very minute compared to everything that has gotten into that food.
The Monsanto is
from a major corporation to the grocery chains to traveling and inspecting and spraying. At least you're growing it yourself and you know what you put on it.
James said, I drank from the water hose. Same. And I'm sorry.
What's wrong with that?
Nothing. But, well, we turned out fine. But no, look, a lot of people are like, you shouldn't drink out of a water hose because it sits in the sun.
I drank out of the water hose. I rode in the
And-
back seat. I slept in the back seat of Mom and Dad's big Buick, sometimes up in the back window.
Yeah.
Because that was perfect for kids to sleep.
Yeah.
What else? We rode around in the back of pickup trucks.
Yeah. No such thing as a car seat when we were growing up. My dad drove a Volkswagen Beetle that had the floor was rusted
But
out.
we're dating
we could,
ourselves now.
We could watch the road as we went by because the floor was rusted out.
I don't think I've drank from a water hose
still good.
in years.
Oh, but do you not remember? It was so good. The smell and the taste of the water was so good, especially when it was hot outside. Wow.
Hay rides, yeah, hay rides. Riding on the back of a tractor.
Yes, Kathy said the mom bar. That was the car seat.
If you're a homesteader, if you have a big enough piece of property where you actually have a tractor, then I mean, you're already doing enough dangerous stuff as it is.
Yeah.
I mean, working the land, working with farm machinery.
Floor window.
I mean,
okay, so
that's
y'all
hardcore.
have Pawpaw girl, Georgia girl freaking out about the raised bed lined with railroad ties. Does she need to scrap it? Is the creote so bad that she's going to kill her family or give them tumors from eating what's in it? I don't know enough about creote to
I would
answer that myself.
I would probably, if they have other material to use, I would switch it out. There's railroad ties that people have been using since the 1930s, and they're still good railroad ties today. So no telling what kind of chemicals they're treated with to last 80, 90 years.
Kathy said we painted the inside of the horse barn with creosote yearly.
Well, that's I think that's a little different. You're not growing food off the walls of the horse barn.
Anna said she would change it if possible. Now, I don't know how big you made it. Is it something that you could just plant flowers in and then, or do you need to use that or the stuff that you put in it? Is it something that you need to?
Yeah.
Do you already have vegetables and stuff planted in? I guess is what I'm trying to ask.
Yeah, I would recommend.
James said 100% move it.
Yeah, I would recommend to move it. And it's early enough, hopefully, in your area where you can, if you've already got stuff planted, you can replant. The growing season is still just starting for us. I don't know about where everybody else is located.
Well, you saying that was one of the things that I was going to mention. You know, going back to, you know, we're at a time now where things are so ridiculously expensive if you can even find it. But I was going to recommend, you know, find things that are around your house, around the homestead. If you have someone in your family that's a hoarder, usually they are willing to let go of things if they know that thing is going to be used, right? Mm-hmm. Like they don't want you to throw it away, but they'll give it to you if you're going to use it.
Yeah.
So if you have somebody that has like a barn that's full of stuff, ask them if you can look around and find some
those
containers
plastic,
or tires.
Those plastic I don't want to call them totes, but those plastic buckets that you can get for your farm that has like mineral feed in it, or you know, like wash tub buckets. I mean, you see people getting 40, 50 of them buckets and putting them in a high tunnel.
Yeah.
And they grow their entire produce out of those buckets.
Yep.
In fact,
stock bins.
Living Traditions?
Uh-huh.
Living Traditions is actually doing that this year. So if you'll look at one of their videos that they did within the past week or two, I mean, that's kind of a neat idea.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know where you get your hands on all those containers, but if you had access to them, That's another option.
Jennifer says old food grade buckets, 5-gallon water jugs might be another option. Yeah, and if you live near a bakery, a lot of times they're looking to give buckets away, which blows my mind. But you can apparently get free food grade buckets from bakeries, so that might be another
check
place that you can
around
look
at local businesses, especially restaurants, feed mills, farms. Stuff like that would have larger containers like that are all going to be food grade.
Doing Better with Mariah says drive around new construction sites and they'll be giving or throwing away 2x4s with a few nails in them. We built, that is so true. Just from when they've been building our addition, the stuff that they put in the pile that they weren't going to use, it's like, holy smokes. So we sorted through a lot of them and got some scrap out that was, good usable stuff. Hey Jason, greetings. Hope you guys are doing well. Hope your garden is thriving. We went from winter to summer. It seemed like overnight, but the garden is doing well so far. Yeah, it's we are finally getting our garden in. Now are you in Texas? Is that right? I know Texas is a lot hotter there than it is here. Okay. Wicked Awesome says grow lots of stuff in the $5.18 gallon storage bin from Walmart. They're food grade. Oh, I didn't realize that. That's cool. We have a meat plant that gives away food grade barrels. What? And people cut them in sections for small beds. That's crazy cool. I didn't know that.
East Texas, they said.
Okay, gotcha. Let's see. Raise the plants from seed. They're about foot tall, full of blooms. Oh, bless your bones. I know that stinks, but yeah, I mean, if what they're saying is true and it's, if it's going to leach a lot, you definitely don't want to.
Oh, yeah. Serenity Hill says, pallets. Mm-hmm. Unpainted pallets.
Oh, my goodness.
Most of them have a stamp on them.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they're all, I think, have stamps on them. But if it says HT, that means it's heat treated. Mm-hmm. It's not chemical treated.
Right.
And definitely, you repurpose those. You can grow stuff out of those. I mean, you can... we built our chicken coop out of pallets. We built a compost bin out of pallets. I built tables out of pallets.
Yeah, and if you go over to Serenity Hills channel, I mean they're building a barn. They've done their greenhouse.
Yeah, little sheds and barns.
All kinds of cool stuff.
And that's awesome because
Tim,
lots of businesses have piles of pallets ready to get rid of. There are people that will go around to these businesses and just load them up by the trailerfuls and just repurpose them. So
that's actually what my brother-in-law and his dad, that's their whole business is they repurpose pallets. Let's see. James said, science and biology are strengths. God be praised. I was certified to apply pesticides in Washington. I could pass ISA cert and worked at a nursery and plant receiving as well as a tree company. So he knows what he's talking about, in other words.
Yep.
Darlene said...
He's worked in that industry and knows what he's talking about.
Yeah. Darlene said, some people use plastic pools. Some stores also give out wooden and plastic pallets. You can make raised beds with the wooden ones and a compost cell with the plastic ones. That's a good idea. Azure gives their pallets away. What's up, managing the maze? How are you? So we're excited. And like I said, just the goal is to
we're
grow,
so blessed.
Grow,
yes, we're so
grow,
blessed
grow.
also. I agree with that.
Yep. Municipalities just toss or burn them. Yeah, that's crazy. Okay, so another thing, I didn't know this is what we were going to be talking about today, but this is a great conversation. Another resource to tap into for gardening, if you need wood chips, if you're driving down the road and you see a tree service happening, pull over and say, hey, what are you going to do with those chips when you're done?
Yeah.
Because that's how we got ours, and we have so much.
About a mile and a half up the road, there were 2 trucks, and they were cutting for the county. The county highway had this tree service clearing and getting rid of the limbs and the trees too close to the road. And I told them, I said, I live right up the road, and they followed me up there. I showed them where I wanted them in the backyard, and I said, just dump 3 or 4 loads, as many as you want. And so we got, and they're free.
Was it 3? Did they come 3 times, I think? And
3 or 4 times.
Yeah.
I can't remember, but
That's a lot.
we've
That's
got a lot. And then the house debacle hit, and they've been sitting for over a year now.
Which is great, actually.
So yeah, they've been sitting in a pile over a year, so they're starting to break down.
Yes, so they're perfect.
And starting to be kind of great
Compost.
great mulch and compost.
Yeah.
And what we're going to use it for, when you get things planted, finished planted, pretty much done, but we're going to lay cardboard down in between the rows, and then cover it real thick with those wood chips.
Yes, and that's what I'm excited about, because
And that's going to be our weed barrier this year in our garden.
yes, in years before, because we had to make what we had stretch, we weren't able to go as thick as we wanted to. So it would relieve the weed pressure for a little while, but then eventually, you know, the weeds would break through. But this year we've got so much wood chips, I mean, we can just pile it on and pile it on and pile it on, and
we're going to use what we got,
and
it won't cost us anything except labor.
Yep.
And so yeah, we have been able to try to,
That's awesome.
contact people, get a hold of people, see what we can get, and that we're going to try it this year. We have laid down weed barrier fabric. Yeah, let's spread some weed seed everywhere.
Yeah.
No,
please no.
We've tried the weed barrier fabric. We have tried cardboard, and then we have tried nothing at all. Just using a hoe
let
and
it go.
weeding it,
Yeah.
and that didn't work out really well.
No.
We let it get away from us really quick. The weed barrier fabric, it works great, but we don't have any, and we have wood chips, so we're using what we got.
Yeah, I'm excited. Heard wood chips draw snakes? They might. And if it does, y'all know, because y'all will hear me screaming from wherever you are. Hey, Deanna, how are you? Do you have farmers close by that might have straw available? Yes. Now, it won't be for free, though. We have to buy straw.
Well, there is a farm literally 2 minutes from our house that sells straw. And I can go there and get it for, I think it's $4 a bale. But that's cheaper than you can go to Tractor Supply, or Southern States is our local ag co-op here. There's lots of other agricultural places around here, but even straw has gone up in price, because I think 2 years ago I was getting it for $3. Now it's $4, but if you go there, it's 5 or 6. So I can still get it anytime I want to. It's accessible for us, and of course I got 8 bales of straw when we reseeded our backyard just a couple weeks ago.
Yeah. Jack he is on antibiotics.
Yeah, I think $4 is a great deal. Yeah, I'm on medicine right now, so
Marky says, heard they also
I've had better days.
draw possums too. Well, y'all know that one too.
The mulch. Well, we know
He's just kidding.
It
now.
draws mice.
Yes, it does draw mice.
The piles of wood chips back there
Has tunnels in it, and I was getting some of the wood chips out.
We found rats, not mice. Rats.
Oh, I haven't seen no rats. Anyway, I was getting some wood chips out of the pile the other day, and actually saw Jack had put out some blocks of rat poison, and there was one in the wood chip pile, like deep in there. So they got it. Hey, Heirloom Permaculture, how are you?
Thank you for the prayers. Hopefully I'll be feeling better in the morning.
Yeah. Let's see.
I got surprised by a snake today.
Oh, no.
Oh, a little garter snake.
Oh, no.
It would still make her just climb a tree.
Probably. Got surprised by a snake today. No.
Hi
I saw
from Kentucky.
Where? Oh, hey Jeanette, how are you? We went to Scottsville and got some for $5 a bale. No.
What? Scottsville?
In Scottsville, yeah, the one that we got tomato plants from.
Oh yeah.
Possums eat mice, rats, and snakes, so possums are better than the others. That is true. That is true. But I still will freak out if I see one.
Yeah. The $4 I think is because we're getting it directly from the farmer.
Yeah.
Because we can go to the hardware store and buy it for $5 a bale, and guess where they're getting it? From the same farmer.
From the same guy, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I also saw where Jennifer from Serenity Hill Farmstead saw she ran into a 4-foot, was that right? 4-foot rat snake.
Somebody's asked, Mark's asking, do they offer any wood chips or cut logs from the park? Not really, they don't. I have been able to get pallets and cardboard. In fact, the park store, the bookstore there, they get boxes daily, and so I can take all their cardboard.
Yes, yeah. So which reminds me, you
But
need to
the
load
wood, the wooden stuff I can't.
Well, we're glad you're here, Deanna.
A lot of that goes to the campground and other things like that.
Yeah. Using the wood chips for mulch for 3 years now, needing the extra nitrogen for sure. That is awesome. I love that.
Why are people talking about possums? Is it because of your possum stories?
Yeah, that's why Marky brought it up. That was a joke.
Well, you want to tell them the sad news? We didn't have another possum attack.
No.
But we did lose.
We lost our rooster.
We lost our rooster this week.
We
lost Captain America.
He broke his foot. And we let it go because at times he acted like he was getting better. And then I went out one morning and he was like, he was done. Like, he was like, I don't even want to even try anymore.
Yeah, he went for a long time just, hey, I'm good with one leg. He was still doing everything a rooster does.
Servicing the ladies and crowing and
I have a question. So I think I read this somewhere, but I can't remember.
Well, thanks for being here, MBF Off Grid.
Thank you for commenting and letting us know that.
Yeah, that is
Appreciate
awesome.
That.
Very much. Thank you.
I'm going to ask the experts with us tonight.
Okay.
If a rooster takes care of its girls, I read that somewhere that the hens can then lay fertilized eggs like weeks or even months after they've been with the rooster. Is that true? Does anybody know? Because when I read that, I thought, okay, maybe that's true. Mm-hmm. But once I got to thinking about it, I was like, I don't know if that would be accurate or not. So
yeah. So have y'all read the same thing? So his theory is, if that is true, and Cap was, doing his thing, that it's possible that the girls are still laying fertilized eggs.
It's possible. And if one becomes broody.
So Anna says she's heard up to 17 days.
Up to 17 days. Okay. I think we're still within that window.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how bad he started,
No, it was that day, like that morning. The day before, he was still walking around and doing stuff. But then the next day,
my nose is running. Sorry.
Yeah, the next day he, like I said, like he was out there, he was in the grass, and then like I walked right up on him and he didn't even move. He was, and I don't know if he just wore himself out. But we were checking him often. At first I thought maybe he's got bumblefoot or something because for a while he wasn't putting any weight on his foot.
Somebody says maybe a month. They heard up to a month.
Can hold or reject. Huh.
That's so interesting, isn't it?
Yep. But anyway, so yeah, for a long time he wasn't putting any pressure, and then it was just kind of like curled up like this. But we kept checking him and making sure he was okay. He was eating and drinking, and he was still getting around. But it was just that last day. And then we really inspected his foot, and it kind of looked like there was a buckle, like right above, like where his foot went out, like, like that.
Yeah.
It looked like there was a buckle in it. So I don't know.
But there was no obvious sign of trauma, like no sores, no blood, no discoloration.
Nope.
So nothing seemed infected.
Nope.
He never acted sick.
Nope.
But
yeah, like I said, he ate, he drank, he's with the girls.
So anyway, that's
everything normal up until the last day.
It happens, doesn't it?
Yeah. Hey, there's Mike. Mike is here.
Where?
Right there.
Oh, there he is.
How's it going?
Yeah. And Mike, I need to talk to you about something. Maybe after our live, I might need to call you. I got something to run by him with my new licensed thing.
Oh, yeah. Miss Rushy says, just curious if you guys have heard of Jace Medical for emergency preparedness. Yes, I have. As a matter of fact, they have reached out to us asking us if we wanted to partner with them, and I need to look more into it. I have heard them. I know what they are.
$2. Keep your $2. You don't need to pay me $2 for me to talk to you about something.
Oh, goodness.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
The emergency preparedness stuff.
Yeah. So I know it's a company that makes medical kits for emergency. It's like beyond your first aid kit. Like it's for bigger things. But anyway, yeah. So I know who it is and I know what they do. We don't have it. Like we've not bought anything from them. But it is something that I will look into and see if we want to maybe do a video about it.
So you said earlier, you mentioned planting all the corn and planted every bean seed you had.
Yes.
But you didn't mention the other stuff. You have planted cucumbers and you've made a trellis.
That.
Oh. Did you mention the trellis? I missed it. It's my head. What else?
Selective hearing.
And I know you mentioned squash.
Yes.
And putting it in other foods to make it go further.
And okay, so we've got
tomato plants that you
corn.
Put.
I mentioned that. Pinto beans. I did not mention that.
Okay.
I'm actually going to try to grow pinto beans. Before I have grown them up the corn stalks in a Three Sisters garden. This year I'm doing it. I'm going to try it differently because I really want to have.
Mike didn't hear you talking about that either.
Oh, you didn't? Okay. No. Well, let me just give you a quick rundown then. Here's what I've got. I've got corn. We're doing peaches and cream corn. We've got yellow straight neck squash, gray striped zucchini. I've got pinto beans. I've got national pickling cucumbers. I want to give it another try, y'all, because I am having a hard time finding cucumbers that will stay crisp, even when using the crisp granules in the pickles. And it's very frustrating because I don't like soggy pickles. Anyway, okay, so I've got that planted. I've got 10 Roma tomatoes so far. I've got sugar baby watermelons. I've got Mammoth sunflowers and Black Russian sunflowers. I've got collard greens, okra, green beans. And that's all I've got planted so far. To come, there will be jalapenos, poblanos, pepperoncinis, banana peppers, bell peppers. And I'm going to stick a tomato anywhere I can possibly. We're going
to try to have lots of tomatoes this year.
We eat a lot of tomato products.
Yeah, Lord willing, if the weather cooperates and what produces what we plant, we're going to have a ton of tomatoes.
James, thank you so much for hanging out with us. Enjoyed talking to you. And yes, he said any subs welcome. So all you got to do is hover by the 3 dots by his name and go to his channel. Just not yet. Wait until after the live.
Yeah, give us about 15 more minutes.
Yeah, or 10,
yeah.
as it were. Let's see.
Pawpaw's Georgia girl, yeah. I know that's hard to hear about the railroad ties and stuff, but I think you'd be better off eventually doing something else.
Aw, Pawpaw Georgia girl
just to be safe.
She said, as heartbroken as I am, I feel like God sent me to watch your live stream tonight. First time ever, and you probably saved me from making my family sick and
Yeah,
raised.
that's what I was talking about.
So thank you, James. Okay, I wasn't listening to you either.
Yeah. Did
So
you get
there.
the poblado seeds,
Yes.
Tangy?
Yes. And I have them. That's what I've started. I'm late on starting everything, so I'm probably going to end up buying more tomato plants. And then, but my friends, Anna and Constance and Julie, have all assured me that my peppers are fine because they do love heat, so I should be fine.
Yeah, and some people are just so upset. Well, somebody said they were crying because the weather's just not cooperating.
Oh no.
Of course, we didn't even get to garden last year,
Right.
which made us sick to our stomachs too.
Yeah.
So we know how you feel because we didn't even get to plant anything, let alone plant it, and it, too much heat, too much rain. We just didn't even get to try.
Donna, I didn't make a trellis. I just had one, and then I put it up. I have a trellis netting that I got from MIGardener, and then I have another one. It's a plastic one, and I got that one from Haas Tools.
And we also set up some T-post, and we're going to be attaching cattle panels to the T-post vertically. Yeah, we're standing them up. And
but they're going to be going horizontally.
Well, yeah, but they're not going to lay flat. They're going to be up, attached to the T-post, and they're going to be where the tomatoes are, and the tomatoes will grow up the cattle panels.
Yeah. Now, Anna says, I haven't planted either, but you have very good reason. Anna is getting ready to move across the country, and I am so excited for her. She, like that, if you guys aren't following Anna at Fermented Homestead, follow her because she is getting ready to go on an amazing adventure. She is moving from the West Coast to the Midlands, and the Midlands. And she's going. They're going to be starting their homestead from scratch. And she's already got meat chickens on the way. She's going to be almost
in the Ozarks.
She's got ducks on the way. And then, of course, all the while, she will be doing all the things that we love watching her do, which is canning and fermenting and
I guess
all
technically
those cool
you would be in the Ozarks, wouldn't you? That's the Ozark fringe where they would be.
Somewhere around there. Mariah says that she is going to try to grow watermelon for the first time and is nervous. Me too. We have. I don't know if we've even tried growing watermelon.
We have tried,
but
and
I hear that it's difficult to get them where it's actually good, sweet, juicy watermelon. Like you got to make sure you're giving it all the food.
We've tried several times to grow
cantaloupes. I'll tell you what, the best cantaloupe we ever grew was a volunteer plant. Didn't even plant it. It just popped up in the garden, let it go. The cantaloupes didn't get very big, and they weren't super awesome, but they were better than anything that we had intentionally tried to grow.
But I was told something, you have to do something or they won't have the flavor.
It's a mineral deficiency.
Yeah. My dad was telling me about it. He said they've grown cantaloupe before and they looked great. They felt ripe. They had great color, everything, but no flavor. And then I forgot what he said. You have to add something to the soil or something, or I can't remember what he said, but he said, just do that next time and they'll turn out.
Julie, we are in South Central Kentucky. Just planted a few 42-day tomatoes, Kellogg's, Dr. Witches, and Sun Sugars because my seedlings didn't do that well for my earlier batch. Yeah, that's what I think I'm going to have to do. So did you end up buying yours, or are these ones that you started that you just put out later? Yeah, I waited way too late. First, I started them way too early, and then they all died, and then I've restarted, and I'm just like, come on, hurry up. Like they barely have true leaves on them yet.
I've heard you cut the water before a couple of weeks before harvesting. Okay.
Do you mean like stop watering them?
I can't remember what he told me. Put Epsom salt around them is what somebody says.
I do too. We do say hi to you. It's just we're like responding to people. I'm sorry.
Hi, Jennifer.
I was noticing actually earlier when you said, or when your name popped up, that I like how you added rhymes with danger.
Rhymes with
So
danger.
it's Jennifer Anger, rhymes with danger. Planted them again in 5B. Gotcha. Yep, Anna said, pretty sure you're talking about Epsom salt.
Maybe that's what it was. Yeah, I'll have to ask him again.
Just kidding.
We got 5 minutes left.
Uh-oh.
It's gone by quick.
So anything else that we wanted to tell the people?
We just the garden stuff that we wanted to mainly talk about tonight, and good discussion. I learned something tonight.
I do have a video of the garden, just showing what I've planted and where I planted, because what I set out to do is not what I did.
She spends days sitting on the couch in the living room with a pad, making diagrams and gridding out her garden, where she's going to plant everything. I mean, she spends days doing this, and then she just goes out there and just starts throwing seeds willy-nilly everywhere. No, you don't do that.
Well, but close.
But the grid thing, I think, was awesome.
Yes.
I think that's going to help
Game
us
changer.
immensely. Yes. If you don't know what we're talking about,
The
go
square
watch.
foot seating.
Go watch our video
square.
from a few days ago.
Yes.
Yeah, that has helped you immensely.
Yes, and I know several people have said that it helps increase your yield because you're getting the proper spacing right away. You're not having to thin it out and doing all that crazy stuff. Put milk on your melons and pumpkins. Okay, so we were watching.
I think he told me that. I've never heard that.
We were watching 1870s Homestead, where she just planted her tomatoes, and she puts milk in with milk, molasses, and compost tea, and with her tomatoes when she plants them. I'm like, that's got to stink, but if it works. What did you use, Mike? Oh, your seating square. Isn't it awesome?
Yeah,
Tangie,
I think that's really going to help us.
What did you plant? I haven't planted anything in it yet because I don't have any fun money to put some dirt in there.
Yeah, right now
So, yeah. But as soon as I get some fun money, I will fill that up. Nice thing about social media is documenting what you actually did. Exactly. I looked back at my memories tonight to see what when I planted my potatoes. I do that too. We were actually watching some of our old...
Mike says he's got compost.
Huh.
Everybody hit that like button. We'll get some fun money.
No. Has made gardening scary.
What?
What was I saying? Oh, we were going back watching some of our old gardening videos.
We water daily and milk once a week.
Huh.
That's new to me. I did not know.
Well, you think about it. I mean, it's calcium.
Well,
so
yeah.
liquid calcium.
Yeah.
And you don't have to do anything to it. You just...
Yeah.
I
guess that makes sense.
What was I saying?
I don't know. Mike is saying, come get the compost.
We were talking about fun money. And then... Oh, we were watching some of our old videos. And you said how you didn't realize how different I looked between then and
Why
now.
you gotta bring that up?
Well, it's true though.
We look different. Yeah, we went back. We were watching our garden videos from like 2016, 2017, and yeah, because we were getting ideas here. What have we done? What you know,
That's
I've
true.
got a fence I want to put up, and we were watching the old videos of when we originally used it before and stuff. But yeah, we both looked different back then.
I forgot how big that garden was. Did you hear the part?
It was a big garden.
It was 2,500 square feet.
It was 50-something feet long and about 40 feet wide. That's not 2,500
That's
square feet.
2,000, but it was 2,500 square feet.
All right.
So yeah, it was a big garden, and it was more than I could handle at the time.
Tangy the caver's life.
Yeah, back in the day.
Yep.
But yes, I do look a lot different. Well, I'm chubbier, and my hair is gray, and I have a few more fine lines, but I'm not complaining. I feel like I'm like a fine wine. I get better and redder with age.
I'd probably look the same if I did that.
No, you don't. You wouldn't.
Yeah, and I'm chubbier too.
It's okay. It's all right.
So, thank you once again for a wonderful chat tonight.
Oh, Leanne said she got married in 2016 and started watching us when we canning jalapenos. I actually, that's
Awesome.
one of my favorite videos that we did because it was when we were canning together.
And I grabbed the hot jar.
You
I still
grabbed the
remember
hot
that.
jar.
I grabbed the hot jar, but yeah,
Yeah.
that's when we really, that was really the first time we started doing videos together.
Yes.
And
That was right before we merged our
Yeah, and I
channels.
think that, you know, we enjoyed it so much. We was just like, why do we have two separate channels? We are a family. Let's do a family channel.
That was your idea. I didn't want to do it at first.
Yeah. So
I was like, no.
I've at least had one good idea, and it's paid off.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Aw, thanks. They're saying my hair looks cool. Thanks. I actually like having gray hair. I think it's, you know, it's something that I did not do. The Lord did it. And it just, I don't know. I think when you realize that you are created with a purpose and that God knew what he was doing, it really changes how you look at yourself, in my opinion. And for me, it does. So, anyway. Alrighty then.
Thank you so much, moderators, for all your help
We
as well.
have the best
Yes,
moderators.
best moderators.
In the world.
And Tim.
Tim is awesome.
And,
Oh, me.
but yeah.
If he were here, you know what he would say?
Well, he
He'd
was
say-
with us. He was with us earlier.
He'd say, "Let's go, Brandon."
He
That's what he would say.
That's why. Oh, anyway, the first video I saw was
Oh, that's
accent
funny.
video.
I think Farmer Meemaw tagged me in the accent video. Like, it's a video on how do you say certain words.
your.
Yeah. Like aluminum. And I'm like, how else would you say it? But then I realized, like, people across the pond, they say aluminium.
Yeah.
Which is way cooler sounding.
And process. And
Yeah, process. But yeah, of course, we're Southern, so I'm sure
Yeah.
we say things different. But anyway,
So-
all right, y'all.
Hopefully, everyone will have a good week. God bless and keep pressing on.
Yep. Plant all the things.
If you're able to get stuff planted and grow your own food,
Yes.
please do. I encourage you, if you've never grown anything before, try it. Even if it's just a tomato plant in a pot. Start out simple,
Yep.
but try it.
Simple is absolutely the way to go.
Your food will taste remarkably better than store-bought food. You know what's in it. You know what's been put on it, which is probably nothing. So you know you're eating good, healthy food, and you're saving money, and fruit of your labor. Just the process of watching it grow. I mean, especially if you've got kids, if you're a young family, it's awesome to teach kids that process of how things grow. What?
Cheryl said the first video she saw was a grocery haul that Parker wanted a banana. That was like such a controversial video. People were like, I can't believe you wouldn't let him eat the banana. And I'm like, he just had one. Anyway, That is so funny that's the first one. That's hilarious.
Funny. Yeah.
So, but yeah, okay. And I'm gonna say one more thing too before we sign off. First of all, thank y'all so much for being with us that long. That you guys remember those videos. That is awesome.
Yeah.
We just hit a milestone, 57,000 subs. Which honestly, even though that is awesome, our videos still usually get anywhere between 1,500 to 5,000 views. So it's like there's like the core. Even though there's a lot of followers, it just seems like there's a core that watches our videos. But the other thing I was going to say too really quick is even with everything that's going on and we're talking about grow your food, grow your food, grow your food. It doesn't have to be big. Like he said, any little thing that you can do, is going to help. Even if it's just the one plant. It's gonna help.
Can I end it with this thought, and then you can do
Sure.
your catchphrase? Last thought: something else you can do to help. Just do your little part. Go vote tomorrow.
Yes.
If you got a primary going on or anything, do it. Go vote.
Please. Oh my gosh.
So anyway, exercise your rights.
Yes.
Well, of course, I know we have people watching from other countries, but if you're in this country and you can go, please do that. Take advantage of it and let your voice be heard.
Absolutely.
All right,
Absolutely.
sign us off. Quit. Emily.
Okay. She's in a hurry because I made banana pudding and she's probably trying to get to it. Anyway, so that's all I've got for you. That's all I've got for you guys today. Wow. And this is not okay. Let me start over. Until next time, y'all. Be vigilant, be prayerful, and be prepared. God bless you all, and we'll catch y'all on the next one.
See ya.